Hey superstars, Dolly Raystar here to remind you that the map is not the territory, the menu is not the meal. So, want to come on some adventures together through this juicy landscape and find us some good eating. I say adventures, we've got two adventures on a similar theme today, and that theme is releasing and working through worry and anxieties, that sort of thing. Yeah. The first exercise is kind of a way to shrug off your worries, the worries of the world, using your shoulders. And I'll take us through this exercise, and then we can have a bit of a look at worry itself, maybe a little bit of a mini chat about that. I don't know, you may potentially feel some resistance. I know I have at points in my life to the idea of releasing worry, of even maybe living without worry, in the context of there being so much in the world and in one's own life, and around the people that one cares about, and so on. The list is endless, that one might worry about. And yeah, if that is a concern, if you're feeling that resistance, then for now, I'll just say, don't worry. There's absolutely no way that any one exercise done once could ever just rid you of worry forever. So still have the worry there. It might feel a little bit less for a little while after doing this, and doing it regularly might start to have some effects on it. But if you're curious, why not give this a go and see what happens? We can go from there. So yeah, as I said, this is maybe best thought of initially, at least, as a way of kind of shrugging off your worries, the worries of the world. And it's a really, really short exercise. It only takes 1 minute, so we'll do it together. Hey kids, remember, always listen to your body when doing these exercises. So what you have to do first is raise your shoulders up like this. I'm just gonna adjust here a bit. So yeah, it's just like this, and I will set a timer, and I'll tell you when to start, and we'll just hold them there with continued tension. You keep a kind of steady feeling of a slight upward push to keep it in the same place, and we'll do that for 1 minute. And then at the end, I will count us down. We're going to thrust them back down, so I'll lead you through that at the time as well. Okay, so I'm just going to set a timer. Raise your shoulders like this. They should be nicely balanced and in the middle. Just do it as much as feels comfortable for you as well. Feel free to make some adjustments. If you notice that they're a little bit more to the front or the back, just move them more towards the middle. And as you're doing this, remember to keep breathing. Nice deep belly breaths, and you might feel a bit of worry rising. You can feel into that, a bit of uncomfortability, feel into that, use all of that. And just a little bit longer, keep breathing. Okay, so take a really deep breath in and pull your shoulders up even tighter. So make a silly face. And 3, 2, 1, thrust them down. So take some deep breaths. Feel how it feels after doing that. And don't worry if it was a little bit tricky to follow along the first time. You can just go back over, do it again. maybe watch it through and then do it on your own. Do that exercise for the first time. I can really remember it really clearly, in the toilet at what was my work at that time, and I just, yeah, completely forgot the instructions, only kind of half did it, was like, oh, I feel awful now, my shoulders feel really rubbish, and yeah, so I wasn't sure, and then I went back and watched the video and I was like, ah, yes, okay, I didn't do that right, and I did it again and felt quite differently. So yeah, it's worth persevering with these things in those instances. So yeah, worry. Yeah, it's a weird one at the moment, isn't it? I almost feel like I can just say this, and even if this video is around for a while though, it's still going to be a weird one that one can find worrying in some way or another. And I guess as long as these exercises are useful for us as human beings, as creatures, as spiritual beings, in bodies, there's going to be things going on in the world that can feel overwhelming and worrying, things to feel anxious about. So yeah, it really feels like that at the moment, but I suspect whenever you're watching this, you'll feel some resonance there, probably, unless things change a lot more than any of us maybe even think that they possibly could. So yeah, I guess I always did, and possibly in parts of me even still do, feel a resistance to letting go of worry because of that. But, you know, I also always used to hear people say, and I really, really find this to be true, that worrying, you know, what does it actually help? How does it help us? At the end of the day, so often we're worrying about things that we really have no direct power over, and often if we do have any power over things, worrying about them, it's only looping us into negative thought patterns, negative actions that, if anything, potentially are not improving those situations. They might even be feeding into those situations sometimes. And I used to hate it when people said things like that, because I would think, well, what can I do about it? You know, like, this is the way that I respond to the circumstances of my life. I don't know if it's something I can change. But I guess what I'm saying here is, you know, I'm not claiming to be now someone who never worries about anything. I've had teachers who've said that about themselves. I don't know, you know, who knows? Maybe it is true for them. Maybe it could even be true for you. Who knows? Maybe it could be true for future me. But I'm not claiming that that's the case for me right now, or that it needs to be. But what I have found is that these exercises have helped me to let go of living in a state of kind of very, very repetitive, I would say near constant, but that's not true. I've always had very swingy, different moods, which this next exercise is interesting for, actually. But yeah, it's allowed me to really transition into a new relationship with worry, where it's much less dominant in my life, much less dominant. And if that's something that you want, practicing these exercises regularly might, well, you can explore whether it has some effects on you in that way, whether it helps you with that. So, okay, we'll go on to the second exercise, and this is a really fun one. It's called What's Going to Happen to Me? You want to set a timer for 1 minute, then another minute, then another minute, then another minute. So yeah, 4 minutes altogether, or you could do it for 6, 2 more minutes. Got up for this one. So yeah, you want to be standing up, and for the first minute, what you want to do is get yourself into a real feeling of worry, how you feel in your body when you feel really anxious and concerned, and just pace about and repeat, what's going to happen to me? Oh, what's going to happen to me? I'm going to dive in here as well and say this really is whatever it is for you. So if you're in a wheelchair or not able to get up and pace around, do whatever it is that you would do with your body if you were feeling worried. You know, maybe you move around some other way, maybe you just squirm where you are or move a particular part of you, tense and release bits of you, whatever it is that you would do. The important thing is to feel it in your body. The same with both parts of this. So it's like this. Oh, what's going to happen to me? Oh, God, what's going to happen to me? It's really helpful to bring motions that you have when you're worried, like clasping yourself or pulling your hair, anything that you might do sometimes when you're really anxious, and you just pace about, just repeating what's going to happen to me, bring things into it as well. If you've got things that come to mind, you know, that you're worried about, you can bring those into it. So like, what's going to happen to me? Oh, what's going to happen to me? Oh, like that. And then when a minute's up, and you've got your timer, so it'll go off, bing. At that point, you suddenly switch it up and become filled with joy and say, woohoo, yes, yes, and jump about, do whatever you might do when you're excited. You know, I'm very expressive, so I'm all this, that's fantastic, but be your most expressive self, whatever that is for you. So, woohoo, yeah, yes, 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 yeah. Woohoo, I'm so excited, yes, like this, and really feel it as you do it. You know, if you've got a bit of space and you can like run about, that's really fantastic. Really feel the joy. And you can also go into the joy of, I don't know what's going to happen. It's so exciting. Oh, what is going to happen to me? That can be a nice little twist on it. Then, bing, the alarm goes off again. Drop that. Straight back to the intense worry. What's going to happen to me? Oh. And then again, ding, straight back into woohoo, yeah, yes, 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 all the excitement. And yeah, you can do that 2 of each or 3 of each. Set the timer up beforehand. And then at the end, you'll finish with the woohoo, yeah. And it can be fun to experiment with changing that up too, but definitely do it this way to begin with. You'll do the woohoo, yeah, 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 yeah. Bing, that comes to an end. Drop everything. Breathe. Feel what's going on in your body. Might feel some interesting sensations. Notice if there's anything about the states that's difficult to drop. That's okay, just notice it. And what sensations are going on. And yeah. Go about your life, go about the rest of your day and see how it affects you. This can be a really great exercise for if you've got like a job interview or anything really that you feel excited and nervous about. It can be a really good way to release some of that and yeah, just feel more able to move more freely through the day. But experiment yourself, see how it feels for you. And yeah, do let me know in the comments if you try either of these, please. I'm really interested to hear how you get on. If you've not seen the first video and tried that out, please do that as well. All these exercises are really great to do regularly. The first one, the shoulders and the faces from last time in particular, every day or more is great. What's going to happen to me just whenever it feels like a good moment to do it, that is so useful for those situations. And remember to like the video and subscribe for more of these kind of exercises and other juicy landscape goodies. And yeah, see you next time. Bye superstars, loads of love.